A retired Army Major General tested positive for a radioactive substance after a visit from two men suspected of poisoning former Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko, an inquiry has heard. John Holmes said the substantial contamination closed the office of his security firm Erinys for 4 months. Mr Litvinenko brought two contacts, Andrei Lugovoi and Dmitri Kovtun, to the meeting on October 16, 2006. The duo are now wanted for Mr Litvinenko's murder. Failed attempt. Mr Litvinenko, who fled Russia for the UK in 2000, was working for British intelligence services during his time in London. Mr Holmes, who served with the British Army between 1970 and 2002, said his private security firms had also paid the former spy thousands of pounds to investigate Russian individuals. Mr Litvinenko was also asked to help improve access to Russian gas giant Gazprom, one of the world's biggest companies, for Mr Holmes's business Erinys. It is now believed that Mr Lugovoi and Mr Kovtun may have attempted and failed to poison Mr Litvinenko on the day of the meeting at Erinys in London. They have previously denied the accusations. Mr Litvinenko died 3 weeks after he consumed tea laced with polonium-210 on November 1 in the company of Mr Lugovoi and Mr Kovtun at the Millennium Hotel in London's Grosvenor Square. Mr Holmes told the inquiry that a break-in at his offices in Mayfair had happened 5 to 6 weeks before the meeting. Mr Holmes said in hindsight he now suspects it was linked to Mr Litvinenko. The inquiry also heard a statement from Clifford Nucky, a former Scotland Yard officer and director of another private security firm, Risk Management, which worked with Mr Litvinenko as a source. Mr Nucky described Mr Litvinenko as tiresome and less than objective, adding he would only rely on 20% of what Litvinenko would say.